Hi class, let's talk about pre-production. So pre-production is everything you do in anticipation or in the planning stages of your animation. So this can look like a lot of things for different students. The most traditional route would be to write a script and then do a storyboard. But if you're doing something more abstract, you may just choose to gather your materials and begin to sort of move them around and see what happens. You could also do something like a mood board. So I'm open to any of that, but you do have two assignments in pre-production. So you have your brainstorming exercise and you have your project plan. So in your project plan, write out what you will actually do to plan your animation. And I don't care what it is, as long as it's a genuine effort to actually start to get the ball rolling on your animation. And only you can know if it's a genuine effort. So it's for your sake, not mine. Go ahead and really embrace the pre-production stage. It really will save you time on the back end. So I'm going to demonstrate what the most traditional route would be, which is to write a script and a storyboard. But again, you do not need to write a scripted animation with a plot. That's just the route I took because that was the mood I was in. So let me show you what it's like. This here is the script for my animation. So I'll begin here with the top. I have the title of my animation, which is Helena. And a brief description of the project. So, a bored paper doll decides to leave her home and embark out into the world to take a dance class. When she does, she experiences heartbreak, but finds true love and acceptance in the form of a paper dog. I then begin with the setting. So, interior living room, day with curtains drawn. Lula, all characters' names are capitalized. And then it's followed by a brief description of the character. A mid-20s paper doll yawns and flips through TV channels. She lands on a commercial for Dancing Pink Cat Aerobics. All dialogue is centered with the capitalized character's name above it. Lula. Ooh, I want to try that. Cut to. So this is a scene direction. Interior dance studio, day. Lula dances badly, trying to match the instructor. She glances over and spots Gray, a jointed artist mannequin. Close-up, Lula flips her hair and giggles. Cut to, interior art museum, and I give myself a note that this will be filmed in the Nature Co-Lab in Willard Hall. Day. Lula and Gray walk hand in hand past natural specimens. Lula, let's go to the modern art section. So it continues on like this. After I've made my script, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the storyboard. If you want to format your script this way, I've also put some tips for how to format your script this way. You don't have to. I'm not going to look at your script. You can just write it out however you want. But let's carry on to my storyboard. So the storyboard is sort of like, it looks a little bit like a comic strip. You have your visual on the left and then your written description of the scene on the right. I also have the title of the work here. I chose to take photos. You can also just do sketching. I had all of my materials already gathered, so I just took photos of them. So what you'll do is you'll take a descriptive photo or draw a sketch that captures the composition you want, and then you'll write the description of the action next to it. So Lula the paper doll watches TV. Then I have an over-the-shoulder shot. She sees an ad for Pink Cat Dance Aerobics. Then this is the cut to the dance studio. She takes the class and meets Gray. They take a romantic walk in the museum. They kiss. In a terrible betrayal, Gray's attention wanders to another doll. Lula lies dejectedly on the couch. She sees an ad for Power Couple Fitness. This is the character from back here. In a fury, her hair flies up and she leaves. She goes and rescues a dog, and she and the dog live happily ever after. So this is enough for me to work with. I can now go and film each and every one of these scenes and feel confident that I've gotten everything I need.